My name is Tiberius Tudor. I'm a chef and food consultant.
The sun is yet to rise, but Tiberius Tudor is already in the kitchen. He's preparing for the busy day ahead at one of the restaurants he works with in East London. Originally from Romania, Tiberius, or Tibi as he's known to his friends, has become a master in the art of smoked meats. For the esteemed chef, it all begins with the produce.
This is the fattest bit in the brisket. You have a good marbling here, like ish, yeah? But then the actual fatty bit is this one, and while it cooks slowly, the fat renders down into the muscle fiber.
The meat is lathered with oil, pepper and salt before it's carefully positioned onto the smoker.
So even the positioning, everything to the positioning on the brisket matters, right?
It does. It's pretty much important because they're not all the same though. Each brisket would be smart to be treated individually.
Now we move to the crucial stage of smoking the meat. According to Tibi, the meat will be cooked for around 6 hours, possibly more. So even the type of wood which is burned to generate the smoke is hand-picked.
It's not a need to do exactly like I do, but I just love to do this.
Tibi, what you say, my brother? Tibi's
One.
he's just put up the smoke, and the smoke has basically started. It smells unbelievable. The entire backyard is like up in smoke, and it feels like we're covered in mist almost, with this lovely earthy, flamey fragrance in the background. And that's where you're going to cook all your meat, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be good, my friend.
Tibi has won many of the hearts of those he feeds across East London, but he holds an even more special place with the Muslim community. Widely credited as a pioneer in making smoked brisket, gourmet burgers and elite steaks accessible to those who eat halal food, Chef Tudor is so revered his services are requested around the country to help open up meat joints.
Why did you think it'd be a good idea to cater something for the halal audience in a way that no one else did up until you sort of came along?
Because when I was in the States, I had a lot of brisket, I had a lot of smoked meats, I had a lot of this Texan barbecue, but I never had the opportunity to get something halal and nice. And every person that I knew, they were complaining about it. And I got to work with a brother called Zach, and he was Bengali, right? He brought backpack, like food, right? From home. Mad, man, because you work in a kitchen. Yeah. And he says, bro, it's haram. I didn't know at the time the difference in between, right? Haram and halal. I thought it's stupid to ask, so I Googled it, right? I found out the difference quickly, went to a butcher, halal butcher, got the brisket, trimmed nicely, I season it, I put it in a smoker, cook for the brothers, say, Assalamu alaikum, there you go, have it. That kind of, in a way, got me to understand better how important this is for, for Muslim community.
Tibi also opens up to us about his journey towards finding Islam.
A lot of the viewers across here love the fact that you're obviously a Muslim revert. We're always so happy to embrace people into our religion. Tell me a little bit about your journey into Islam. How did you find Islam?
I guess, well, that's more than beautiful. But I was into religion always, right? Not in Islam, but I was a religious person. And I guess whoever gets to read the Quran, you would convert. There's no way around. But my journey to Islam was simple. I was curious why these brothers, they pray 5 times a day, why they are so organized, why they are cleaner, where they are wrong and I'm right, or the other way around, right? So all this curiosity made me end up reading the Quran and, I don't know, study about it.
When did you actually revert? What year was it?
2 years now.
Oh, 2 years?
2 years
so
now.
you're still relatively recent into the Ummah, into the Brotherhood. I mean, how did it be? How's the reception been for you?
Oh, amazing.
He's also got a special place in his heart for the Bengalis that worked and supported him in East London.
I was lucky at the time. I was working in Bow with these brothers, Bengali brothers, and they were all Muslim, and they helped me out a lot.
How does he stay ahead of the game? By staying humble, of course.
Yeah, my bro.
How does it feel seeing basically the culture around smoked meat and halal meat now? Obviously, it's a far cry from what it was years ago. And knowing that you had such a big part to play in that, how does that make you feel?
Good, too good. Yeah. Too good, but you know what it is? I have to kind of find a way where no other chef would reach. Let's just say someone starts a business with smoked meats now, right?
Yeah.
He probably does it in the garden for like a year. In 2 years' time, he would make it amazing, like probably better than me.
Yeah. Never,
right?
never, bro.
But let me see, that's what scares me. Right? So now this brother, when he opens a business, I have to, he's here, like my level, I have to be here right now, because if he does get it to me, that's too easy, everyone would do it. You know what I mean?
This is why you're constantly innovating. You travel the world, you pick up ideas, you're constantly adapting your recipe. And I think that's why, my friend, you'll always be up ahead of the game.
And his secret to the best brisket?
Obviously, you've been making brisket for so long, you've been slow cooking meat for so long.
Yeah.
What for you is like the metric of success? What is a top tier brisket? How should it taste? What should the texture be? What should the consistency be?
Man, I think for my taste buds, a brisket should be soft. I believe a slow cook should never have a bite.
If I was to say to you, top 3 bits of advice from the Pitmaster team to make the perfect brisket, what would you say those top 3 things are?
Well, I think the most important one would be patient. A good brisket needs patience big time. Temperature control would be probably the most important, and just rub it down on time.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to cook, like not to impress anyone, but I was trying to cook since I was young, and I was around 16 when I helped into a wedding in a kitchen, right? And I was outside chilling towards morning, and some of the guests, they asked, do you know who did this particular dish? And I was like, well, all of us, but yeah, the recipe is mine. I was just 16, and the guys, they said, well, that was probably the best we tried. And I was thinking, if that happened and I'm 16 and they had their mom's food, right? Like, that means a lot. So I guess it's a bit of a skill. And so I try to develop this, and
And give me the secret. What is the secret to culinary success?
I think to be sick about it. To be sick about it, when I say it needs
Obsessed with it.
obsessed. Well, I don't consider myself artist. It's also like a game for a kid. You keep playing with flavors.